Is your company's website a funnel or a museum? If it looks impressive but never produces data, it's a museum. If it's a static exhibit of what your company used to be proud of, it's a museum. A funnel, on the other hand, behaves like a living system. It collects inputs, it produces measurable outputs, and it helps you understand how people actually make decisions. And that's the real difference. A museum is read-only, and a funnel is interactive. And most teams build their websites like they're deploying a V1 and just walking away. They go through months of planning and approvals and sprints, and then there's launch day, and then nothing. No iteration, no learning, no V2 or 1.1, 1.5. It's just a polished artifact that never changes. Now that might make a great portfolio piece, but it doesn't move your pipeline forward. There's a reason waterfall projects went out of style, guys. It's going to be 2026 soon, so get with the times. Now, if you build or buy software, you already know this pattern. A system without feedback is useless. If you can't observe it, you can't improve it. Marketing is no different. If your site doesn't tell you where users drop off, what messages hold attention, or which assets lead to form fills, you're missing the most valuable telemetry in your go-to market stack. And that's what a funnel provides. Observability. Every element is measurable. Every page is a hypothesis. Every call to action is a data point. You don't have to guess what resonates. You can see it in the numbers. Now, Seth Godin has a definition of remarkability that I love. It means being worth making a remark about. That's what remarkable is. It doesn't mean flashy design or clever copy. It means your content is useful enough that someone wants to share it. When a technical buyer forwards your ROI calculator or your benchmark report or your reference architecture to a teammate and says, hey, this might help us, you have achieved remarkability. All you have to do is show someone how to solve their problem. If you're a software company, this should not be hard. You're already solving all the problems and building software to make those solutions available to the market. So show them off, but not in a self-centered way. Show how and why a customer will be thrilled to solve their problem with your solution. Now, a museum website says, here's who we are, or here's who we were. Like those little placards next to paintings and sculptures, like, oh, someone made this in 1739. Okay, let's go look at the next one. But a remarkable funnel says, here's something that will actually help you right now. It might be a cost estimator, it might be a migration checklist, or a downloadable template. Something small, focused, and genuinely useful. Unlike that talk to sales button you've got in the corner way up on the top of your website. You want content that earns trust and can start a conversation. And once you have those feedback loops, marketing stops feeling like guesswork. You can actually see what works. You can test headlines and proof points and visuals. And you can test offers just like you test features in a release cycle. You can ship small, measure, and iterate. That's how technical teams already work. It's time your marketing worked that way too. So how do you start? Well, you don't need to rebuild your entire site. You don't need to refactor. Just pick one high-value use case and treat it like its own product launch. Build a simple page with one promise, one offer, one way to measure results. If you're selling an engineering tool, maybe that offer is a short deployment guide. If you're selling consulting, maybe it's a diagnostic scorecard. Just give people something concrete they can use today besides that useless contact us or learn more button. And then instrument it. Look at the data, refine it. Now, when you design marketing as a system and not a brochure, it becomes something you can actually learn from. And when you make it remarkable, it means useful enough that people talk about it, you create the most credible kind of growth there is. A museum displays what you've done. A funnel proves what you can do for others. If your website isn't measuring, iterating, or being shared, it's probably a museum. But the fix is not complicated. Add one living exhibit that collects data, helps someone solve a problem, and earns a remark. That's how you turn a static site into a living system that actually sells. And if you need help with that, just visit us at edifycontent.com and learn how we do that for our customers.